And we're live. Here we are.
Live in the cul-de-sac.
Yes, sir. Pull your mic up, Chucker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is that
now I
better?
can hear you.
All right.
All right, here we go.
I need more in my ears.
Yeah, man, you got it.
Yeah. I'm being needy today.
That's fine. I turned it down a little bit for great grandpa.
Oh, that's yeah.
He left his hearing aids in. I didn't know, like,
yeah.
what,
You don't wanna blow
I
'em
didn't
out.
know what to do. He was like, should I leave my hearing aids in? And I said, I don't know, man. So he left them in, and so I wound up turning it down a little bit for
You
him.
should have asked him, what did you do on the last podcast?
I should have asked him that. That's a really... Well, I don't know, Grandpa. How'd you do it on the last one? Anyway, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm on vacation.
Yes, sir.
It is finally here.
9 nights free.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good.
Yeah?
I still got to record, let's see, 3 podcasts. So I got this one.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to take my stuff down so we can do high speed, some drag.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll do the half calf too.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's going to be your week for the half calf. Lucky you.
Yep.
Lucky you.
And it might not be anything to do with what we talk about today.
Might not be.
I mean, I just might. Whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about today?
A few different things.
All right.
I want to go over a few different things
We
today.
got a mixed bag of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got a vacation coming up.
Yes.
Where you headed?
Orange Beach, Alabama.
What made you pick Orange Beach, Alabama?
I don't know. We went there last year.
Just really liked it?
I've always been a Panama City person.
Mm-hmm.
But.
You guys turned us on to a great place down there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we discovered, after we told you how great that place was, then we discovered Orange Beach.
Well,
So
that's okay. It's okay to find new places.
And you know, Orange Beach has still got that new feel. Like, I don't know where everything's at, so
Yeah.
it's still like, oh, I discovered something new. Like, if I go to Panama City, I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna go here, here, and here,
Right.
and then I'm gonna go back to the room.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of already know how things are going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Going there, so this will be the second year in a row.
Yeah.
Going for the 4th of... you'll be there on the 4th of July?
We will get there on. We're leaving 4th of July.
So you'll check in plenty of time for the fireworks and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
we should be able to see the fireworks good from the condo we got.
Awesome. Yeah, you were telling me that. You'll be able to see like 2... you should be able to see 2...
If I'm thinking from where the condo's located, because it's kind of not on the beach, it's more on the intercoastal. We should be able to see like up towards Foley if there's any fireworks up that way, and we should be able to see out towards the beach if there's any fireworks that way, and just sit there and eat chips and dip.
Chips and dip. That's the plan?
That's the plan.
All right.
After driving down there all day.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yep.
What else are we going to talk about? College sports.
Ooh.
College sports. Let's hit on college sports real quick.
There's a lot to talk about, but
what about that Georgia game, man? The Georgia Clemson game.
The Georgia Clemson game. They're going to be playing in Charlotte.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
we were
weird.
talking before the podcast about that. And I don't understand why. Is it to have neutral turf like we do for the Georgia-Florida game? We play it in neutral territory?
I don't know if it's like a neutral turf type thing or like a, you know how the Chick-fil-A kickoff game is at the Dome?
Yeah,
Or the
yeah.
Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, and it is. That's right. And
it's
it is
kickoff
the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It is
it
week
might be
1.
a situation like that.
Oh,
Who knows?
that would make sense. That would make sense. What about college athletes? What is it? They're able to get endorsements now, right?
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Me too. 100%.
I mean, you look at what a college like Georgia makes off of merchandise,
Yeah.
and those players ain't getting any of that.
Yeah.
They need to be able to make some money
I agree.
off their.
Man, they ought to be able to make money off their names. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, to sign something, that's just their name.
Yeah.
They're just signing their name. They ought to be able to make money off of that.
Yeah.
You know? So,
And
I'm all for it.
gives
I'm all for it.
it gives like the, I don't want to say lower athletes, but the not as followed by many aspects, like say volleyball or softball,
Yeah.
it gives them a chance to make some money too. Because
Absolutely.
they're not going to necessarily have a career in their sport once they move past.
No.
I don't know of any professional softball leagues that would be comfortable to making big money.
Right.
Which I don't understand why.
I don't either.
I mean, them girls play hard.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's entertaining to watch. You've got a relative of some sort playing for LSU or something, right?
I got a cousin that plays for LSU, Savannah Stewart.
Softball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Savannah Stewart's her name?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So she's been kicking butt down there.
Yeah. I remember you showed me some of the highlights or something from a game or something.
Yeah, we
went
to watch that game at Georgia in 2019.
Yeah, that sounds right. A couple years ago. Yeah. A couple years
ago.
ago.
It was before all the pandemic stuff.
Right.
So it was awesome. That's the first big time softball game I've been to, other than a church league softball game. That was the first softball game I'd ever been. Them girls pitch fast, dude.
Man, this is no joke.
And the doggone dugout is like a combination of a cheerleading squad and a trash talking banshees.
Them girls get fired up, dude.
Yes.
Them girls get fired up. My sister played rec league softball as a young girl. Yeah, younger girl, probably like preteens into younger teens maybe. And she played with some real serious girls, dude. I remember one time I was walking in the outfield. I was walking, my sister was just there, just practicing with her friend.
Yeah.
And I was walking the outfield wall, right? I was just walking the wall. All of a sudden, boom, I get hit in the shoulder with a softball. My shoulder was dislocated for I don't know how long. It put me out of commission with Taekwondo for I don't know how long, man.
Was it from a hit?
Yeah. She had hit the ball.
Okay.
They were having like a little batting practice, her and her friend. They were just tossing each other some balls, and one of them got a hole to the ball, man.
You're supposed to always keep your eye on the ball, John.
Well, if I had to guess, maybe 8, 9. I was just out there in my own world, dude.
What's going on?
Yeah, I was just doing my own thing.
Look, a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I got hit. My shoulder was messed up for a while. But anyway, so yeah, all 4 college athletes getting some endorsements. And like you said, I think it brings more opportunity to some of those sports that do not get as much recognition.
Right.
Softball, volleyball,
gymnastics.
All of those collegiate sports that don't necessarily get as much recognition. I think it provides a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah.
Because then I think they can connect more with, gymnastics brands, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, it gives them an opportunity, and so we start seeing that kind of advertising going on or something like that. I think it opens up a lot of opportunity. I think it's really great. It's great, and these athletes deserve it. Let's be honest; they deserve something.
They work awfully hard to do what they.
Yeah, they deserve. I say they deserve something. They deserve some sort of monetary compensation.
Yeah,
because I don't consider the scholarships a monetary compensation. I know I should, but they're doing so much for the university already.
Yeah.
And I think why I'm okay with them making money off their name is because it's more of a personal thing, right? Like, it's all of the personal sacrifices that they've made to get their bodies to where they are athletically or whatever. I think they should be able,
Yeah.
The scholarship is, that's kind of like their payment for everything they've done for the school. And then I think the endorsements kind of come into play everything they've done for themselves.
Yeah, and they're also talking like it might on the football side of things keep players around longer, or
it could. I didn't even think about
some
that.
of the bigger schools it's going to make them more competitive to get the better players.
Yeah,
because you go down to Alabama and you play, well, you're going to get endorsements like who knows.
Yeah.
But if you
the there's going to be some sort of company scouts there, scouting for.
If you're playing at Troy,
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
with for some reason you didn't make it to a top tier school, but got good talent.
Right.
Well, you're probably not going to get any endorsements down there because nobody really cares what the Troy quarterback's doing.
Right.
But everybody will be looking at the Alabama quarterback. So,
yeah,
or the Georgia quarterback, or
right. You got to. That's a great point. That's a great point. I agree. It just it opens up a lot of opportunity, right, for everybody.
Yeah. Are there any restrictions on what they can endorse?
I'm not sure. I have not looked into it enough. That would be interesting though to like see one of them on some random like a Hooters commercial or something. Something
or
like just really distasteful, maybe
CBD oil or something.
Yeah. Well, that's
CBD or
Ooh.
Natty Light.
Natty Light. Yeah. Yeah. Beer sponsors.
I mean, beers. Yeah. So
because there are college football stadiums that sell beer.
Yeah.
So.
Which is weird. I don't know. I mean, it's like
kind of. Is it?
I don't. You can't. You don't let your students drink in their dorm room.
I don't know, man.
So I don't know. It's just I don't want to get into laws.
Yeah.
We could go down a road. Let's talk about movies.
Let's talk about movies. We got some coming out real soon.
What we got coming out real soon?
Black Widow should be out real soon. The Marvel movie.
Oh.
It was supposed to be released last May.
Okay, and Black Widow is in one of the Avenger movies. I'm not. So
all of the Avenger movies.
She's in all the Avenger movies?
Yeah. Every last one of them.
But she really don't show out to like the last one. No.
Nah, dude.
Which one is she like?
She's pretty
wide open in.
She's pretty wide open in all of them. I mean, if I remember correctly, her character is introduced in like Iron Man 2. So it's pretty early on in the Marvel cinematic universe that she's introduced. And she's been in every single Avengers movie since the beginning. I mean, well, I say there's 4 Avengers movies. She's been in all of them.
So for full disclosure,
and then she's also been in some of the other solo feature films, of the other characters.
I'm new to the Marvel game.
Yeah, you're relatively new.
I got sucked into Marvel with Dadgummit. What was that?
What brought you into it?
What was that? The witch woman.
Scarlet Witch?
No, the one with and the guy with the purple head.
Vision.
WandaVision.
Oh, that's what sucked you in?
Yeah.
That recent?
Yeah.
I thought you had at least been not involved at all before.
Not
that.
at all.
Wow.
So.
Wow. That's really recent.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of catching up to do.
And we tried like.
You started watching chronologically.
Yeah, and then we started skipping around.
Yeah. Why, you didn't enjoy all of the movies?
Well, I didn't enjoy all of them, but I wanted to get to. I watched one Avenger. Well, first off, I found out that Iron Man had hot rods.
Yeah,
and was a car guy. So
yeah.
That kind of. Well, let's just watch stuff that has to do with Iron Man.
Yeah, he drives an Audi in every movie.
Yeah,
really nice Audi.
Yeah,
R8.
So I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And Disney owns them now.
So did you watch all of the Avengers movies at least?
Yes.
Okay. So you've watched all of those. You just haven't seen all of, like the solo films.
Yeah, I hadn't seen all the solo films, but I've seen all the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
I need to watch that one they filmed in Griffin.
Oh, the show,
the Disney.
Yeah.
Disney's buying everything.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. They filmed a lot of that in Griffin.
Yeah.
And they filmed a lot of Loki, the one that's out right now. Or the one that's being, coming out every Wednesday now. They filmed a lot of that locally as well.
Yeah, but right now it's a lot of studio stuff, ain't it?
Yeah, a lot of studio stuff with this one.
I thought so.
A lot of studio stuff with this one. But it's been great, man. This series has been really good. This Loki series has been really good. We're 4 episodes in, I think. I just got caught up last night.
Yeah, I don't want any spoilers.
No spoilers. But it's been
I want to
really
watch
good.
This one.
It's been really good. Each Marvel series they've released on Disney Plus so far has been different enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've been kind of the same, but they've been different enough to be set apart from each other. It's been really cool to watch because WandaVision was confusing as crap when it first came out, right?
It was very confusing. But
right. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier, when it came out, it's very straightforward. There was not much thinking.
Yeah.
And then, so that was really cool that they were able to do that. And then when they came out with Loki, it's been not necessarily confusing or straightforward. It's kind of been a little more revealing, and it's kind of been a little more setting things up for later.
Yeah, they said that they kind of closed a major plot hole with Thanos, but I didn't read into it too
I haven't
much.
caught all of that. I haven't gone and like looked for all the Easter eggs. I've watched the show. I've watched Loki just as a straight up fan.
No,
Just fanning out over it because it's really, man, we went so long when COVID hit with no, as a fan of Marvel, we went so
Right.
long when COVID hit with no Marvel content.
Yeah.
And it was, like I said, Black Widow was supposed to be released last May. It was supposed to come out in theaters. And we're just now getting to it. I think it comes out July 9th.
Right.
So,
Well, what I found when I started watching the Marvel stuff was how they tie so much better together
oh, it's amazing.
than
The storytelling.
DC stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like Batman. I'm a big Batman fan.
Yeah.
But
There's so many
Let's see,
Batmans and different
I'm
storylines.
I'm 41. I think I've seen 10 Batman different.
You've seen all of them pretty
mean,
much, besides the
'cause-
old series.
Well, I watched it too.
Well, I know you've
I know-
watched it, but came
Yeah.
out before you were
Yeah,
born.
it came out before I was born. But yeah, when you go back, was that Adam West?
Yeah.
So you go from Adam West to Ben Affleck and
Yeah.
everybody in between.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, well, this, and then they have to do it seems like every time they change Batman,
Batman, yeah.
Batman.
Every time they change the Batman.
change the Batman, as the Joker would say, the Batman. Well, then they got to change the freaking Batmobile too.
Yeah. It's different every time.
And then they got to give you kind of, they don't really change the origin story, but they rub on it and manipulate it a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
This is how
You'd like it a little more uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want my Batman to stay the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they can't stay the same actor forever, but
Obviously.
well, you look at The Dark Knight and how
Yeah.
those three movies,
So good.
that's the best thing that's
So
ever,
good.
as far as DC wise,
That's the best thing they've ever done.
that's
in
the
my
best thing they've ever done.
For sure.
And then you look at that and you know how good it is, and then you look at Marvel
Yeah.
and you're like, wow,
Yeah, Marvel.
these guys did it for 3 movies.
Yeah.
These guys did it for how many?
Well, I think that Dark Knight trilogy was just so good because of the director. So he really set it apart.
Yeah.
And they just haven't been able to capture that magic, really, DC. I kind of felt it with that Wonder Woman 2. Or I'm sorry, Wonder Woman 1.
Yeah.
But when Wonder Woman 2 came out, I watched maybe like the first 15, 20 minutes of it, and I was like, this is just crap. This
Yeah,
is
after
garbage.
you
I
said
didn't
that,
like it.
I was like, no,
I
ain't
couldn't
gonna
stand
watch
it, man. I couldn't stand it. Yeah, I'm a superhero movie fan, and I'm saying
Yeah.
this is garbage after 15 minutes. Somebody who's not necessarily a superhero movie fan is going to turn it off, is not going to like
Yeah.
it, more than likely. I should give it another shot. I probably will give it another shot. Dang. Did you step on it?
Yeah, I turned the light off.
Oh, cool.
Let's see if I
Turn it back on.
on.
Oh,
Oh, I turned that one off.
yeah. Oh. There we go. Now we're
How
back
about
in
that for a
business.
little
Yeah. bit
of movie magic?
Yeah, a little behind the scenes.
Um,
We got foot switches. Y'all didn't know.
I didn't either.
Chuck didn't know. We got foot switches around here. Yeah, you got a little acclimating left to do to the studio.
Yeah,
We're getting there.
yeah. It's not like sitting in on my picnic table
Yeah.
listening to the birds.
So you've only been a Marvel fan since they've been this movie business giant.
Yeah.
You've only been a fan since they've been like wildly popular.
So I went. I think I watched the Spider-Man with they come out. What was the early Spider-Man that come out?
Oh, with like Tobey Maguire and
yeah,
stuff.
I think I
Yeah.
watched it in the movie theaters. And I
Yeah.
liked him as Spider-Man,
Yeah, he played a pretty good one.
but
At the time, it was really good.
yeah, and I don't even know if I knew there was a difference between Marvel and DC at that time.
Really? They were just all comic books.
It's comic book movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see Days of Thunder,
Yeah.
you know. But
Well, I've been a Marvel fan for a long time. Like, not as big of a Marvel fan, but I've been a Marvel fan for a long time. Growing up in like the early '90s, uh, I just there was a
Yeah.
lot of Marvel like TV shows, like animated TV shows and stuff like that, and I was kind of into comic books and stuff like that as a kid. So it was 1991, I think they say, was like the highest comic book sales of all time.
Really?
Yeah. Now the
Wasn't you like
big
6?
1991, I was 3,
Oh.
but yeah, still over the next
So
few
you
years
didn't
it kind of grows.
contribute.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily, no. But I did shortly after that.
Okay.
Yeah, when I could, start telling my parents like, and then, kind of doing my own thing. But anyway, yeah, I was a big Marvel fan for a long time. Now the Marvel Cinematic Universe is like something totally different. They've taken it to a whole new level. But I wanted to backtrack a little bit and talk about how big Marvel is now, and then backtrack and talk about where they came from, because they were huge. The comic book explosion happened like late 1930s, early 1940s. And when all those guys that were, part of that explosion of comic books, when they all got older, like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, comic book sales really started to get popular again. And they kind of dipped off for a little while, but not bad. But they kind of dipped off. But then in the 60s, 70s, 80s, they grew and grew and grew, and then and so in 1989, this guy like Ron Perlman, not the Ron Perlman the actor, but a different Ron Perlman.
Not Hellboy.
No, different Ron Perlman purchased again.
You might have to bleep
Again with the
that
foot switch. Don't worry about it. A different Ron Perlman purchased Marvel. I think it was 89 and some change $1 million. Okay,
Yeah.
he purchases Marvel, and shortly after he takes the company public, and and so they make a bunch of money by doing that. But he starts branching out and buying up all kinds of other stuff. Like he bought this action figure company, like this toy company, and then he bought like a comic book distribution company. Anyway, he started spreading his money real thin, the company's money real thin, and they wound up going bankrupt because of it. He banked on the idea of people being such hardcore fans that they would pay any amount.
Oh.
And so what he did is he started raising the prices and raising the prices, raising the prices, right? Until eventually people quit buying it. Like he got stuff so expensive where people just quit buying it.
Yeah.
And so the bubble burst and Marvel went bankrupt. And that was in 96. I think they went bankrupt. So think about that. In 1996, they're filing for bankruptcy. And then by, I don't know, when did they, I don't remember when the first Iron Man movie came. 2009, I think the first Iron Man movie came out. Dude, when that first Iron Man movie came out, it changed everything. It changed everything. That set a tone. And it set off the whole story that we know from Marvel.
Yeah.
Right? Like everything they've done, every movie, everything up to recently was kind of based around that first Iron Man movie. It was really wild. Really wild.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, but they were able to, it was actually this guy, one of the guys from the toy company that Ron Perlman purchased, one of the chairmen or something like that, he kind of came over in the merger, and he's actually the one that wound up taking over Marvel, a lot of the decision making for Marvel after the bankruptcy.
Oh, okay.
And he made a lot of really smart decisions. Some of them not so smart, but he also made a lot of really smart decisions, kind of helped him get back on track. And really, like Ron Perlman, he had good ideas. They were just way too big. They were way too extravagant. He tried to expand way too fast, and he failed. And so this guy came up with a much more strategic approach, and it wound up paying off huge.
Now,
I mean, we see that. And now they're owned
by Disney.
By Disney.
But kinda. Like they're owned by Disney, but if you go to Disney World, you don't see anything.
Well, There is some confusion as to like, properties and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh no, she just texted me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just coming through in little bits and bursts. It's interesting how that happens.
Is that how time travel works?
Might be.
Yeah.
Might be. You just.
Yeah.
Dude, time travel.
Disney's got to
watch Loki, dude.
Is it really?
You got to watch Loki, dude.
Are they giving away any secrets on how they use their time travel?
You got to watch Loki. Just speaking of time and things like that, you got to watch Loki. It's really good.
Because I think Disney's probably got time travel figured out.
More than likely. They have an insane amount of resources.
I think they're a tech company that don't get recognized as a tech company.
Look at all the animatronics down in Disney World and how early on those were developed and how they were really far ahead for their time and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Well, think about so like the animatronics in Carousel of Progress were made for the World's Fair in the 50s.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, these things are. You'd look at them with their skin off, and they're really robust and got a lot of servos and air actuators and all this stuff to make them work.
Yeah.
But they figured that out a long time ago, unless they had a time machine and just went forward and got it.
I mean, or say they got so much money eventually in time, like 2050, and they went back to then and gave it to them. Not necessarily that they developed the time travel at that time, but they developed the ability to go back in time.
No, I think they got it from the Nazis. And that's how.
Tell me about this.
That's how the Simpsons know everything.
All right, set this up for me. Set the stage here. Set the tone here. You're throwing some. Set it up a little bit better here.
Okay.
Lay it out for me, so layman's terms, where I can try to follow you here.
Okay. It was rumored.
Okay.
That Walt Disney had a picture of Hitler on his desk.
Why? Why would he have that?
Well, Walt Disney was a fascist.
Oh.
I mean,
Chuck.
Yeah, dude.
Chuck.
If you go back and look at how a lot of people of that time were fascist, even though they were on the good side of, they thought they were on the good side of fascism, but they didn't really have a problem with it till Hitler got over there doing what he was doing.
Proving what fascism really is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They thought maybe they liked the idea.
Okay, so Walt Disney was a fascist.
Allegedly.
And he stayed a fascist even after Hitler.
I don't know. But
to the point of admiring Hitler and having a picture on his desk.
He had a picture of Hitler on his desk, was the rumor.
Was he German? Was Walt Disney German? Was his heritage German? Anything like that? Do you know?
I'm not sure of any of that.
Me either. Go on.
But that's the rumor.
Okay. That's the rumor. The rumor is he had the picture.
So I came up with this theory one night.
Okay.
And I've shared it with you. That's why you're laughing.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about.
I can't wait.
And it's more of a joke, but it's still a pretty funny theory. You can connect the dots and go, oh, okay.
It's fun.
So
let's hear it.
Why do the Simpsons know everything?
Now, that does kind of freak me out. You can go on YouTube or anywhere and find where the Simpsons have accurately predicted the future, like an unfathomable amount of times.
Right. It's because Disney has a time machine.
And Disney now owns Fox.
Disney owned Fox, which since they had a time machine, they already knew they were going to buy Fox. So they've been the backdoor influence of the Simpsons since day one.
So you think Disney has had this huge, gigantic plan all along where they've been planting and making the Simpsons so popular.
Yep.
Because it's still the longest running animated series, right? I mean, it's still running.
Yep.
No one's going to come close to that. No one's going to touch that.
No.
They're incredibly popular show.
Yeah.
And so Disney's been pulling those strings all along to
All
be
along.
able to purchase it
To be
and
able to
have that.
purchase it. And they used the time machine they got from the Nazis.
Oh, so you're...
Because the government, Disney was doing propaganda stuff for our side.
For the Americans during the war?
Yeah.
Okay.
We know
They were producing like propaganda films and stuff like that? Is that what
propaganda
you're saying?
films.
Okay.
Probably doing some leaflets. Probably ain't no telling what they were doing.
No telling.
They might have even been infiltrating.
Maybe.
They might have been, heck, they might have made the whole war up. No, I'm not going to say that. That's what some people think, though. There's some people that think that, and this is the craziest thing I've ever heard, and I really don't want to, because I know I don't believe it at all, but there's some people that think that Walt Disney was actually playing Hitler. I went down this whole rabbit hole. That's why I told you I'm a reformed conspiracy theorist.
There's people... No.
Yes.
They think he was an actor playing Hitler.
Yes. And I mean, you go on.
Can't we use like facial recognition software nowadays?
That's what they used. You know how?
No, stop.
Okay, you know how with Epstein.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy laying on the gurney.
Yeah, on the way out, and his
ear
didn't
don't
match. Yeah.
Is that same kind of stuff? Look, they got the same ear, or they got the same nose. It was stuff like that, or that's just Disney with a nose piece on, and you know it's like it goes down this weird.
That's out there.
That's out there.
That's out
But
there.
there's people that believe that.
Okay.
So if they're gonna believe that,
so and those people, do they take that on to this kind of conspiracy where you're at? Or did you hear this conspiracy and then based on this conspiracy that Walt Disney was playing Adolf Hitler as a character? That is a wild conspiracy. Just those words coming out of my mouth it just feels weird. So you heard this conspiracy that Walt Disney was playing a character, and that was Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
And based off that insane conspiracy theory, you came up with this conspiracy theory that Walt Disney is behind time travel because the Nazis did work towards time travel.
But I don't think he was Hitler.
Right. You're not saying yes.
But I think,
So wait, you still believe in this conspiracy?
No, I don't believe it.
Okay.
I never believed in this conspiracy. I was just
time travel.
bored.
Okay. Go.
It was when I come up with this. It was during the election.
Okay.
We needed something else to talk about.
Oh gosh, did we?
So I'm just like, hey, let me tell you something.
Ugh.
So, yeah. All right, where was I at? Nazi's Time Machine.
Yeah,
So
you don't think that Walt Disney was playing a character named and it was Adolf Hitler.
For the record, I do
For
not
the record.
think that Walt Disney was playing.
That's so sad. We do need to say that though.
One of our listeners he's gonna listen to this, and he's gonna come talk to us at work.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be happy about that.
I mean,
but I'm a big Disney fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm not a Simpsons fan though.
Yeah.
Never really got into it.
I enjoyed it as a younger kid because it was kind of edgy and stuff like that.
I was more of King of the Hill.
That was fun too.
Yeah.
That was fun too.
So
Anyway,
everybody knows that the Nazis, they rumored to have been playing with time travel.
Sure. They researched it.
They researched a lot of things, man.
They broke a lot of barriers, really, if you want to be honest about it.
They
did a good job.
They were out there. I think
they figured a lot out. Their engineering was...
Yeah. And if somebody was going to figure out how to time travel, it would have been a German engineer.
More than likely.
All right. So then you take it and you put it with Imagineers. And they're like, we can do this and we can go into the future. So I think they thought about it, and then the Imagineers figured it out. So they figured out how to do time travel. And then they bankrolled the Simpsons through a backdoor agency. And now the Simpsons know everything. And one day the mouse will rule the world.
Well, they're close now.
Dude, have you ever looked at...
They're close.
Have you ever seen that chart of like everything that Disney owns?
I mean, I've read like lists. I don't think I've ever seen a chart.
Well, there's a chart
necessarily.
that breaks it down
Yeah.
into tech companies and this companies and those companies and
Yeah.
those companies and those
Yeah.
companies. And it's crazy
Mm.
the amount of stuff they own.
I mean, I don't doubt it. Look how many just entertainment businesses they own.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So
It really is unbelievable. I mean, you brought up recently Disney buying Warner Brothers or DC.
some kind of way I read or heard it on something, and like because Discovery Channel owns some of it right now, or
Maybe.
part of it, or something like that. They're looking to buy it, and since nobody else is really saying, "Hey, I want it," that Disney might end up with it just because nobody else wants it.
Really?
Yeah. And then
DC Comics.
Yeah.
Not Warner Brothers.
Not Warner Brothers, just DC.
Comics. Okay.
So, I mean, then we could
That
see.
would be nuts. You know, they had like a crossover comic book series. I don't even remember when it was released.
I remember reading about
But
that.
they did do like a little bit of DC Marvel
Yeah.
crossover at one point in time.
Yep, I remember reading about that. Now,
That would be interesting.
was
to
that
see.
guy
What
that-
if we could see it on the big screen one day?
ooh, that'd be cool. What's that guy
Superman
that's in,
versus the Hulk?
I don't know who would win.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was the guy?
The guy that is in charge of Star Wars and
Kevin Feige.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they put him in charge of DC too, if they had it.
They would have to.
I mean,
Look at what he did with Marvel, and look at what he's doing with Star Wars.
yeah.
There is Jon Favreau. You know,
That's
he was.
who I'm thinking
Oh,
about.
okay. Yeah. So there's Kevin Feige. He's like the president, and then
Yeah.
Jon Favreau. He's, I think he's a director or like kind of creative guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of doing the stuff behind the scenes and being really involved. But I'm pretty sure he was the director or producer or something of Mando, and they've just done such a terrific job with that series.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
been
this-
real good.
The Star Wars storytelling they're doing right now, it's so original and so different enough. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like I was talking about with the Marvel series. They're all so different enough. You know,
Yeah.
it's been really enjoyable.
And I'm a bigger Star Wars fan than I am Marvel. I've
Yeah.
always been a Star Wars
Yeah,
fan.
Star Wars is
and-
fantastic.
And I know a lot of people are critical of the Disney stuff.
Hmm.
I'm just happy to have Star Wars stuff.
I see why they're critical of the Disney stuff. I see it. The last three movies
Yeah.
feel nothing like the original
Nothing
three.
like it.
They feel nothing like it. I see where they're coming from. The diehards. I get it.
Yeah.
Does that mean these last three movies were any less entertaining though?
No.
Not to me.
I mean,
Super entertaining.
you look at the first Star Wars, there was a lot of story that you didn't understand about it.
Yeah.
You didn't know where they were going with this because it come out, kind of in the middle of the story.
Right.
So you don't know how any of this other stuff happened.
Right.
You just know there's this big guy in a black suit after this chick in a white robe,
Right. Right.
So I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know either.
I ain't got a
I was
clue.
kind of waiting
I
for it.
don't-
I was kind of waiting for where you were going. Hey, it happens sometimes.
But but yeah, I like it. I'm pretty much into any of the non-animated live action series that they put out
with Star Wars.
with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I will sit there and
It's
watch it.
just so, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I try not to think too much into it. Like I try to just take these movies at face value, and I find them great.
That's because that's what, at the end of the day, that's what they are, is entertainment.
It's entertainment. Yeah, you can say you want them to have more meaning by like making them inspirational or by making them whatever educational. You can say I want these things to have a more meaning or a deeper meaning or whatever. But at the end of the day, movies are entertainment.
Yeah.
Sole purpose is for entertainment.
Yeah.
And I find them I find the last 3 Star Wars movies and these series that have been coming out on Disney Plus to be
That's
wildly
like
entertaining.
my time traveling Nazi theory.
Yeah.
That's just entertainment.
Super entertaining. I think
just a story.
dude,
you know?
it's so nuts.
You know?
Time traveling.
It would
Walt
be-
Disney's a time traveling Nazi. You
would-
heard it first right here on Last Night's Coffee.
We really don't believe that. It would be a cool movie, though.
It would make a great movie.
I mean, like, did
could
you ever
do
watch
that.
that series on FX? I think it was. No, Netflix, where it was like if the Nazis won World War II,
No.
like if America lost.
No.
Oh, you've not seen that?
I have not seen that.
If I had my
I'm
phone,
not familiar.
I would look up the name of
Yeah,
it
well, we need
because I watched the whole series,
well,
and I can't.
we needed your phone
I
for
know
production
we need your
purposes.
phone for the production. So,
So you can't remember that?
oh, Man in the High Castle.
I saw it on there. No, I never watched it.
You
I
never
didn't know it
watched
was
that?
going to be. That was what it was about.
It's alternative history.
Dude, I totally would have watched it.
You need to watch it.
Oh, might be my new binge watch.
Yeah, you're gonna binge that one.
Aren't there a couple of seasons of it too, right?
I think it's 3.
3?
3 or 4.
Perfect.
But
Perfect for binge watching.
I don't want to.
Don't
get
spoil it.
I'm not spoiling anything.
It sounds really
because
interesting.
when you get to the last season, you're like, oh yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah,
That's kind of a.
that's not a spoiler.
So wait. Oh, it's not a spoiler?
That's not a spoiler because
Oh,
you don't
okay.
know what I thought. You said you thought it was going to be.
I mean, yeah, but what if I start thinking like I got this figured out, and then I'm going to be like, oh yeah, Chuck said this is how it's going to turn out.
You won't figure it out to the 3rd season or the last season, whichever if it's 3 or 4. So
It better be good, Chuck.
it's good. I enjoyed it.
I'll put my time in. I'll watch it. I'll binge watch it. I'll take
but
your recommendation.
but it's not inspiring
Yeah.
and it's not true,
Right.
but it's entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
We don't have to think too much into it. That's why, like, I enjoy kung fu movies. I find them entertaining. Like, I can't help it. My wife walked up the other day and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just sitting there watching Tony Jaa highlights. Do you even know who Tony Jaa is?
No.
He's a really famous actor from Thailand, Muay Thai
Okay, so when we
practitioner.
talk about kung fu movies, we're not talking about Shanghai Noon.
No, I mean I like Jackie Chan. Like I specifically remember being given. My parents bought me Rumble in the Bronx on VHS for
wow.
Christmas one year, and it was like the best thing in the world. I was just so stoked.
Is that one of his early movies?
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good, man. It's so good. But yeah, I've always just been a big fan of martial arts movies.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
they're super entertaining.
so we both-
I like to not necessarily think into movies.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. I'm totally cool with taking things at face value.
so we both listened to that Rogan podcast with Quentin Tarantino.
We did, yeah.
What did you think about how he was kind of getting on Bruce Lee's family?
Yeah, he was
wasn't-
jumping on Bruce
He
Lee's
wasn't too
wife,
easy
dude.
on Bruce Lee either.
He was not easy on Bruce Lee. But look, maybe I like the way that sounds coming through. You know what I'm saying? Look, here's my thoughts on it. Tarantino might be right about Bruce Lee. He might be right. But it's real easy to talk about a dead guy.
Yeah, it is real easy to talk about it today.
I love Quentin Tarantino. I love his movies. I've
He's-
watched most of his movies.
Yeah.
I enjoy him. He's a really weird dude, though. Maybe he is right about Bruce Lee. I never met Bruce Lee, but the fact is, you can say whatever you want about a dead guy, and then when his wife comes to speak out and you call her a liar, that's not really. I mean, maybe again, he might be right. He might
Yeah.
be right, but I mean, that's kind of rude.
So
Unless she's being, I don't know exactly how bad the friction is there. Maybe she's been really rude to him.
you don't ever know. She might have hurt.
But then again, we're talking about Quentin Tarantino, and he does not care.
No,
He don't care about.
he's such an odd dude.
Like he'll say whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll put anything out on the big screen,
Yeah,
so he's gonna say whatever.
I've got to see.
I basically don't poke a bear like Quentin Tarantino and not expect him to react like that.
Right. because he's got a whole lot bigger audience than Bruce Lee's wife does.
Yeah.
I still can't say that. I tried to say that the other night.
Bruce Lee's wife?
Yeah, I can't. Bruce Lee's wife.
Yeah, you just gotta take it slow.
I keep trying to say Bruce Lee's wife.
You're silly. Oh, you're silly. Yeah, that was an interesting podcast, though.
That was
interesting podcast. Nice. Interesting. I liked getting a little bit of the background information and like hearing about some of the casting changes and stuff like that. I found that really interesting. Yes. Just some of the backstory on it. You know, him working at a movie store, writing the script of Reservoir Dogs, and just learning about stuff like that. That was really neat. That was really neat because what a wild movie Reservoir Dogs is, right? You know.
Yeah, when you watch that movie, like, so I didn't watch Quentin Tarantino movies in order. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd come in around Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, most people don't watch
and then had to go back and see. I didn't see Reservoir Dogs till probably after Django and Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, wow. Well after the fact.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's on. And then I watched, I'm like, this is freaking awesome. Dude. After I watched that one, I was like, okay, all this other stuff makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
The style.
Yeah. So. Yeah. He's a really interesting director. Yeah. I've enjoyed his movies. That was a good podcast, though. Anyway.
Yeah. We're not going to have a meme of the week this week.
Why not?
Because my phone's over there.
Oh, yeah.
And your phone's over there.
Oh, no. My phone's up there.
Oh, your phone's up there.
This is a broken phone.
Oh.
It's an old phone.
Well, so no meme of the week.
Yeah.
Bummer.
It'll be all right.
But we are on YouTube now.
We're filming these, obviously, and we're going to make little clips out of them and post them on the medias of social for the peoples to enjoy.
Yep, and the whole show will be on, most weeks will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
It'll still
if
be
we do an in-studio show, I'll post the full episode, for everyone to enjoy.
But then, awesome.
We'll also have little clips, just kind of little highlights and stuff like that. Just
sprinkle them out there.
Keep you guys entertained, like we were talking about. Yep. That's kind of what we're doing here.
I think we're up to 6 now.
Viewers or listeners or whatever.
Yeah, listeners.
Yeah, something like that. The last time I checked.
Yeah,
something like that. But thank you, 6 listeners. Yeah. We appreciate that.
So, on YouTube, go and subscribe.
Yep.
Hit the bell. Get
Gotta
notifications.
Hit that bell.
Yeah. And then on iTunes, Spotify, all those other ones, subscribe, leave a review.
Yes, please.
Leave a rating.
Yep.
Tell us what we could do better.
You can like us on Facebook.
You can like us on Facebook. And that's about it, man.
Yeah. We don't have any of the other stuff, right?
No, I hadn't.
Yeah, we don't need to bother with it.
I've got 4 Instagram pages that I manage as it is. So.
Golly, dude. How are you managing 4 Instagram pages?
Very poorly.
How much content are you actually putting out on these 4 Instagram pages?
Not much.
Okay. So that's why we only have a Facebook, in case you were wondering. But yeah, is that our show for the week, man?
That's it, man.
What are we going to talk about next week? Any idea? What do you want to talk about, man?
I don't know.
What do you want to talk about? You're going to be coming off a vacation. You're going to have spent a week at the beach. I kind of sort of picked this week's topic, so maybe it's your turn.
Maybe it'll just be a surprise.
Okay.
Something might come to me down there at the beach.
Perfect. Any idea what your half calf is going to be on this week?
That's definitely going to come to me at the beach. I might even
gonna have to marinate on that for a little bit.
I might even record it vlog style, where I'm looking at my phone, standing with the beach behind me, just
That'd
telling
be perfect.
all about it.
You can do that, man.
And
you can do that.
We'll post that.
We have a YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
So that'd be
can
great.
You, with our new technology, can you rip that audio out of it and put it onto the podcast platforms?
Yes. Yes, I can separate the audio from the video. Yeah, man. I'm getting there. I'm trying to learn, dude. I have been watching so many tutorials and classes, just trying to learn about video and sound and trying to just kind of expand my knowledge. I love to learn.
Yeah.
And when I latch on to things, I am all in, buddy. So this is something I've latched on to, is trying to figure this out.
And it started out with our first one. We did it.
Yeah.
You did it with the little earbud mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're in here.
Episode 10.
Really? This is 10?
Yeah, double digits, bro.
All right.
Hey,
we
made it to double digits.
We'll see y'all next week.
I'm John.
I'm Chuck.
See y'all.